A DNA study was done on the Afrikaner population in 2020, and we got some interesting results. It was a collaboration between the researchers from the University of Pretoria and the Uppsala University in Sweden. So a DNA test was done on 77 Afrikaner males. Why males? Because males can transfer both the male and the female ancestral DNAs, whereas a female can only use the maternal DNA. Interesting fact about males and females and DNA. So the DNA test found that in total, 4.7% of Afrikaners show that they have non-European origin. And that is a little, but 76 of the 77 had non-European mixture. That's 98.7% of Afrikaner people that have non-European DNA. Only 1.3% of you are pure Europeans. I think you should make those guys your kings. Non-European component is comprised of Khoisan 1.3%, Asian 2.6%, and African, excluding Khoisan, 0.8% contributions. So we know their preference. They like the Asian persuasion. Even though only one marriage between a European and a Khoisan was recorded, we are assuming that they were dipping in the slave. You understand? Back in the day. The study also confirmed some historical observations. First, Afrikaners show West African ancestry rather than links to South African Bantu speakers. So they weren't dipping locally. They were dipping into West Africa somehow. But how? In 1658, the Amersfoort ship stole 250 slaves from a Portuguese ship. From this ship, Catharina Antoinus became the first slave to be free to marry Jan Wouters, a Dutch settler in 1656. Check here, in 28th of March 1658, the first enslaved people arrive in Cape Town. Check, under the authority of Jan van Riebeeck, in 1658 in Table Bay, the Amersfoort ship dropped sail. She had human cargo, 174 slaves. This is the first shipment of slaves to arrive in South Africa and marked the beginning of almost 200 years of slave trade at the Cape. The Amersfoort was not a slaver, but a merchant vessel. She was on a journey from the Netherlands to Cape when she came across a Portuguese slaver heading to Brazil. The Portuguese slaver was coming from the Angolan coast where they had picked up 500 slaves. The Amersfoort intercepted the slaver and captured half a cargo, taking 250 slaves as a bounty prize. The journal entry from Jan van Riebeeck's journal for 28 March reads, the Amersfoort had captured a Portuguese slaver coming from Angola and proceeding to the bay towed Los Santos, with 500 male and female slaves on board. The Amersfoort had taken 250 slaves and left the rest on the Portuguese ship, which was old and unserviceable. Some were falling ill and dying owing to the long duration of the voyage. So remember, Afrikaners, you have enslaved Angolan blood inside of you. Just so you know, for interest's sake. Well, 76 out of 77 of you. So 1.3% of you are pure Europeans. And I think you should really find those ones and make them your kings and your queens. Because you all know, like that hierarchy stuff, you know, that I'm better than you, you better than me. Some of you are not like that, you know. One of my brothers, you Chico Hank, he's not like that. Shout out to Hank. Sharp Mel. So we want to welcome you to the new South Africa, where you are not so keeping yourself separate, you know. Welcome, man. You're just, if you think about it, coloreds. You know what I mean? You're just whiter than the rest of us. You know what I mean? You're coloreds. Most of you. I told you the other ones, you must make that your kings and your queens. But anyway, that's it for me today. Sharp. And don't forget, in the comments, if you like my videos, you can share me gifts. Share me gifts. Sharp.